so this is the Great War Steam Fair. It's from the 5th to the 8th of April. It's the second event of the Great North Festival of Transport. We'll have about 90 internal combustion road vehicles running around the site. They'll run in a clockwise direction whilst the buses are running anti-clockwise around the site, so you can still get around to see them. We'll have about 30 traction engines of one type or another, some road rollers, some traction engines. 2 of those traction engines will be running saw benches, and 1 will be running a threshing machine as a working demonstration of what the traction engines did. All the vehicles that are coming to the Great War Steam Fair are pre-1920. Some of them have got direct World War I connections, others are just vehicles of that period. So at the wagon way over the Great War Steam Fair, Puffin Billy will be running. There'll be casting demonstrations on Friday and Saturday outside the wagon way shed. Down at the station, the Peckett works number 1370 will be running all 4 days of the event. The Colliery railways, the standard gauge railway will have the Lewin number 18 and Copperpot number 1 running both days of the event. On the narrow gauge railway, we've got the 2 visiting locomotives, Jack Lane and Statfold, from the Statfold Barn Railway Trust. The narrow gauge railway at the event, it has a sub theme of new builds and things that have been built or rebuilt at Beamish. So all the engines that are running on here, Jack Lane and Statfold, were built in 2005 but at a much earlier designs. We've got our own engine, Samson, running at the event. Again, much earlier design but finished in 2015. Behind us we've got the newly finished brake van, which has been built in our own workshops to our design from a standard gauge railway design that's been shrunk slightly to fit. The best part of the events, I think, are always the working displays. We've got the saw bench in the Colliery yard, the rack saw bench. The past couple of years that's been next to the narrow gauge railway, but that's actually in the Colliery yard this year. It's not just chopping firewood like it has done in the past. We've actually got a cutting list for the Remaking Beamish project and quite a lot of material from them which we need to cut down into either wavy edge boards or planks that are going to be useful to them in the construction. The little Marshall traction engine will be down next to the narrow gauge railway. That will be chopping firewood of things that we've cut down at Beamish ready for either the Remaking Beamish site, and that'll cut firewood for Pockley over the winter. So the Great War Steam Fair is not a paid for event, it's available on the unlimited pass, and if you want to see everything, it's probably best to come in more than one of the days of the 4 days.